Hey guys, it's Maria Saracen from mariasaracen.com, and today, as promised, we're going to be going through Canva and how to design your opt-in gift using this awesome free design tool online. Now, I've been using Photoshop for years and years, and I love Photoshop. You can do a lot of really awesome things with it, and certainly Canva is not nearly as intense, but there is nothing easier than hopping on Canva, which we will go to right now, and creating a design from a ton of inspiring material that's already on there. And as you can see, once you sign up for Canva, your homepage will look like this. And you can create a design with pre-designed templates. So for example, if you want to do a report or a cheat sheet or something like that, you'd want to use a US letter size. You can do Facebook posts, social media posts, presentations, posters, Facebook covers, you name it. And then I'll just show you some of the options you have. Marketing materials, you can do flyers, posters, menus even. So it's really cool what they have for you to use. And you can also use custom dimensions. So if there's anything that is a little bit out of the norm, if you want to do specific website graphics or anything that you might want to do custom, you can certainly put in your own dimensions right there. So I'm going to show you how I made some of my opt-in gifts, just so that you can find it easy to make yours. What I have for offer on my page is an e-guide, a resources guide, which is basically all the tools that I use. It's called Steal My Secrets for the tools I use for my business. And then this is an editable planner, daily planner for people who like to get organized and know what on earth they're supposed to be doing that day, which is what I need, because otherwise I forget and then I go and do something like braid my hair, or no, I'm kidding. But I get off track and I don't like that, so I use that daily planner. So very quickly, let's pretend that we are designing an opt-in gift that's a PDF download. So I would use US letter size, click on that, and I already have it started. And this is what it would come up with, a blank page. On the left, you have all these layouts. And as you can see, some of them are free and some of them are paid, which is indicated by this little $sign. There are some fantastic free ones, so don't think that you have to pay in order to get a great design. And you know, this is a great place to start if you have no idea of what you want to do and you're looking for inspiration. Click on something that's free and then start designing from what you've got, and pretty soon you'll have a really beautiful looking document or whatever it is, an opt-in gift that you're making. You can certainly also start from scratch. So I'm going to add a new page, and generally if you want to start from scratch, they have all these categories that you can choose from to get started. You have grids, which basically are tons and tons of different layouts. You can click on any of these and then you just insert any images that you've uploaded. And just for the heck of it, I'll do that. Obviously this isn't the one I would normally choose, but as you can see, it makes it look very professional, and it's so easy. It's a matter of drag and drop. So that's the grids, and you can see you've just got tons and tons of options. There are also frames, and frames are a little bit different than grids because most of these are just single image frames. And basically, again, you just choose whichever one you want. I'm going to delete that. You choose whatever you want, you pop it in there, and you are good to go. You just drag your photo in there. If you don't want to use a photo, let's say you want to use a custom graphic, you can make that custom graphic in Canva in a separate document, download it, and then upload it, and then just pop it in like that. Unfortunately, you can't just go to your other designs and like drag and drop them, but you can just download, save, and then re-upload, and that will work just fine. So we have frames there. Then we have shapes. Now, let's say I wanted to change the background color of this. There is already a shape that comes with this template that I have. If I wanted to add a new page, you can see that's just blank. I could put this, just a good old square, and then you change the side by clicking and dragging on the corners of the image or the shape, and then you pick any color you want from this color palette. And in a few seconds, I'm going to show you how you can add your custom colors. If you know the color code number, you just very easily put it in. For example, 53 CECC is one of my colors. So I just remember that off by heart. But if you don't know the specific color number of the color you want to use, I'll show you how you can very easily find out what it is. And then once you've put a color into this palette for the document, you will have it for the rest of the document. So it's really nice. You don't have to keep putting in the color code number. So that's shapes, and again, tons of very cool free shapes. You have some very nice gradients you can use. And for example, here, you can also change the transparency of your gradients. This one also already has a lot of transparency, but let's say you wanted to put this in and you just change the transparency. It's very, very easy. So that is the shape category. Then you have lines, which is very self-explanatory. A ton of different lines. They're teeny tiny in this window, unfortunately, but you just kind of have to squint and see what it is. Let's say I want it. Okay, there's a line. So if I wanted to do that, just stretch it out and put it at the top of my page. Or if I wanted to, I could just make it much smaller. And then I just go copy. And then you just go like that. Match it up. There we go. And voila. So, it's up to you what you want to do. And as you can see, when I click on it, I get the option of changing the colors. It's just so ridiculously easy. All the colors, or most of the colors in the graphics you get in Canva, are very customizable. Okay, then we have illustrations. Tons of free, really cute illustrations. You have icons. Okay, lots and lots of free stuff. And it's awesome that the free stuff usually comes at the top of these categories. So that's really nice of them to show us the free stuff first. And then lastly, let me just close this fabulous. You can just click on the icon again to close the palette. There are photos, which Canva has tons and tons and tons of free photographs. So, I mean, how awesome is that? Whoops, I put it on below the page, but just lots of beautiful stuff that you can use that's free. Also lots of paid stuff, but the paid stuff is $1 per photograph, which, if you ask me, that's pretty darn awesome. Most photo places, you can buy photos for $1, but they will be a small size and resolution. Here, you can buy a photo for $1 and then just make it as big as you want, and it's going to keep a really great resolution for $1. So I think that's a very reasonable price. And let's say I wanted something like a smiley face. Okay, so it comes up with tons of options. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. The only time the free stuff is not right at the top is when you do a custom search. I think that it's picking stuff depending on the relevance of your search term, and that's how it ranks it. So you might have to scroll through a lot of paid stuff to find something that is free and that you can use. But don't be discouraged, because there's guaranteed to be free stuff in your paid search results. Okay. Then we have charts, which are awesome for infographics. or whatever it is that you're trying to convey to your people. And lastly, we have, if you really want to, you can have I love Canva badges. So you just pop them into your design, very cute, and they will thank you for it. But you certainly don't have to use them. The nice thing is a lot of things that are free come with, watermarks or advertising, and Canva is not like that. It's your choice if you want to add an I love Canva badge. Okay, and I do love Canva, I have to say. Next, you have text. Now, under the text, you can see there are a lot of awesome logo-like designs. So if you're looking for some inspiration, look no further. You can find some really great stuff, and you just customize it. And then when you want to add text, I'm just making a very long document here. You click on it, you say whatever it is that you want to say. Hello there. And then right here are all free fonts. And they have a really nice selection of fonts. You just pick whatever it is that makes sense with the tone of the document or the image, graphic, whatever it is that you're making, and you're good to go. So it's really easy. You can change the size, and you can very easily change the color as well. And one more thing. You here do have the ability to do uppercase, list, so if I want to put bullets, left justified, center justified, right justified, text spacing, we can make the letters wider apart, closer together. The line height, if there were multiple lines, I could change that also. You can change the transparency of your text, and you can link to your text. So let me actually just see if I can go link. Okay, and I just go HTTP. You know what, let me just try mariasaracen.com. I don't know if I have to put the HTTP in front of it. I usually just copy and paste. No, it didn't do it. So you do HTTP : okay, so now you can see that the link is like a lovely glowing blue, and that means there is a link there. Okay, just FYI. If it wasn't there, that lovely glowing blue, then you would know that it didn't work. Okay, now one little caveat is if you are linking text, you cannot have multiple links, at least the last time I tried, in one text box like this. So if I wanted to make the hello, let's just see. If I just wanted to highlight and make the hello mariasaracen.com and the there, let's say I wanted to make it facebook.com. Okay, it is going to be confused. Okay, so it changed it to Facebook, just so you know. So you cannot have multiple links in one text box. If I wanted it to be hello mariasaracen.com and there facebook.com, I'd have to make two different text boxes and then put them next to each other. So that in that respect, it's a bit annoying because it's not selecting individual words. But on the flip side, it's kind of cool because it's a little bit faster. It saves you the step of having to click on the text box, highlight all of that. You don't actually have to do that. You can just click on the text box, do your link, and you're good to go. So you can add header text, subtitle text, which is smaller, and body text, which is the smallest. To move it around, you just click on it. You get this little four-way arrow icon, and you can just move it around. Now, another cool thing about Canva is that you can figure out exactly if and when your text is properly lined up. So you can see when I move this, if I move it just to the right spot, that line is going to show up right here that tells me it's lined up with the heading. And again, there we go. I know that all 3 lines are exactly lined up on the left-hand side. Now, if I wanted this to be in the middle, that line just showed up there. So that's, I believe, the middle of the canvas. See that line there? No. There's the middle of the canvas. Okay. So the line goes all the way from the top to the bottom of the page. So I know that when there we go, that's beautifully centered on the page. Then we have backgrounds. So you have a ton of free backgrounds you can use, and then you start getting into paid stuff. If you just want a blank background, you can use one of the shapes, just use a rectangle, or you can get any of these backgrounds and change the color extremely easily. And if your custom color isn't in here, you just go and put it in the color code box right here. All right, so I think I've shown you the basics. Of course, here are my uploads. I have a whole bunch of images from the giveaway I ran, but you can just upload your own images right here. You just upload them from your desktop or wherever you have them stored, and you can also upload images from Facebook. Sign in and you can use your Facebook photos, but I've never done that. Okay, and then don't forget, Canva has thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of images that you can use and or use for free or pay $1 for. Okay, so now let's say that you're ready to start whatever it is that your design is, and you need to pick a color scheme. So let's click out of this. I'm not going to save it. And let's say that we're starting from scratch. We're going to make a US letter size document. And with a brand new document, all that we see is a blank sheet of paper. We don't want to use any of the layouts. We want to design something from scratch. And so let's go to search. We're going to add a shape so that we can make the background a solid color. But we don't like any of the colors in this palette. Okay, so what you could do, so these colors just aren't going to cut it for what we want to do. So what you could do is either have your own palette that you already know and love, and you just go and you find the color code number and you put it in, you put it in right here. You press the plus and you just put the color code number right there. But let's say you don't have it, or you don't even have a color scheme. What I love to do is use Pinterest, and I often go on Pinterest and I just look up color schemes, and it comes up with thousands of beautiful options, and you can even narrow it down so that if you want, well, this says for the home or for the bedroom or whatever, but you can go to red, vintage, green, warm, gray, blue. So let's see blue color schemes. Or you can just type it in the search bar if you have something in mind that's very specific. And here are all these beautiful color schemes. So you don't have to rack your brain. You don't have to revisit your color theory from high school. You can just go onto Pinterest and check out any of these beautiful color schemes, and then you pick one. So for example, if I really love this one, I just click on it, and then I just right click and save image as. Usually I give it its own special name so it doesn't have a million letters and numbers as the file name. Okay, so I've already done this, and then the next thing you do is you go to Google and do a Google search for the term color picker. Now lots of options will come up, but the one I love is the one that says get colors from image. Okay, it's nothing fancy, but it's just really, really easy for you to use, and it's actually htmlcolorcodes.info. Okay, so I'm going to browse, and I already saved an image to my desktop earlier, and I called it color schemes. Okay, so I'm going to open that up, and it's going to load it into here, hopefully. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to click show image. Okay, and then when I hover over it, if I click it, voila, there is the color code number. So I just want it without the hashtag. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm just going to paste it, and there you go. And then I'm going to go hover over this one, and I get the exact color code for that. And go over here, and let's say I wanted to add new image. It could be anything that I add, just by the by. So you could just do another thing and then put color code in here. So that's how you do it. So you use the HTML colorcodes.info, and you just go over the image, and it's very easy to get the color code number. The next little thing I want to show you is, so let me just show you a design that I made. And this is for 15 opt-in gifts you can create in a day. So what I did was I customized this color. I picked a blue that I really liked. This is a free graphic from Canva. And I just want to show you, if you want to do a drop shadow in your text or on your image, unfortunately Canva doesn't have like a preset for drop shadows. So what you would do is take this image and copy it, okay? And you would make everything in that image black. Okay, and you probably know exactly where I'm going with this. And then you go back so that it gets moved to behind your front image, and then you can just position the drop shadow however you'd like it to be, and then you just change the transparency. So that is just a very, very super simple, easy way to do it. Unfortunately, you can't feather it, but it does look pretty decent just with the transparency changed. So let me see, that I'm going to leave because I don't want this to be tedious. But also, so now when you have a document, let's say I wanted to make another page. I don't have to go and put the bar there and the image and all of these like that. All I have to do is press this, which is basically copy this page. And you'll see that I have another page that pops up. And the reason that this changed color initially when it appeared, it was that plum color. It's because that is what the shape color was that I used. So I used this, and then I just adjusted it to make it a bar. So that's why whatever you use, it'll show up as the original color first as it's loading, and then it'll go to the color that you chose. Okay, very quickly, you can see that you can, this is one big text box, and you can change the color of individual text in that text box by highlighting just that portion. If I wanted to change the color of the entire text, isn't that cool? Let's go click. It changes all the things that were a different color to black in one click, which is pretty damn amazing if you ask me. Again, the one bummer is that if you have a big text block like this, you cannot link it to a variety of different things. You need to create different text blocks for each link that you want to include. Okay, now let me show you how to move groups around. So let's say that I wanted to move this. So I just clicked on it, and then you press Shift and click on the other image or item in your document that you want to move, and you can then just very easily move them around, okay? That'll save you a lot of time and finagling. If you want to undo something, you just click on this very nifty little undo button up there. And of course, you want to go File, Save whenever you are working on a design. Usually it does auto-save, so that's the good news. This is the place where you can title your design. That's the undo button. The share button, you can post it on Facebook or Twitter. You can email it to someone, which is pretty darn awesome as well. And then when you're ready, you can download it as an image or as a high quality PDF. So because this is an opt-in gift, PDFs are really great for people to be able to access and read, and they look very professional. Also, you have options here. You can download or save all of the pages in your document, or you can just do specific pages. And then if you are doing this for printing purposes, you can also publish it with crop marks and bleed. But generally, you don't need to go into the advanced. You just basically go as an image or as a PDF. Another option is you can make it public, or you can make it private. The green public will be on, and if you click to the other side, if it just says make public, then you know that it's private currently. If you need help, there's this little tab down here, and they have a ton of help articles and tips that you can use. And I think that's, oh, okay, and I want to show you that you can zoom in on the bottom left here. You can zoom into 100%, 200%, you know, however you like to work. You can see your image disappear. I'm just kidding. So yeah, if you like it to be really in your face, I actually like working in at least 100%. It will also, I think, pick up, yes, it picks up spelling errors. This isn't actually a spelling error, but it will show you if it thinks that you have a spelling error. And then another little nifty trick that I can tell Mac users is that if you want to make the copyright sign, you press Alt Option G, and that'll come up with a nice nifty little copyright symbol. Alt Option, so it's one key, Alt Option and G, the letter G. All right, so I think I have shown you almost everything I wanted to show you. I'm gonna just save this design. I'm gonna delete this last page because I don't need it. And I'm gonna zoom out. The reason zooming out is helpful is to see all the pages in your document. So I actually just need these 3 pages. This one was a duplicate. I'm gonna delete that. And then I'm gonna go File, Save. I'm gonna close this. And then I land up in my good old home console right here. And if you want to duplicate something, let's say you love what you did and you can repurpose it for something else, I would just say copy it. That way you can mess around with it, and if you end up doing something that you hate, or if it gets buggy, it does happen, believe me. I love Canva, but it can be buggy. You just know that copying, making a duplicate of your design means that you're covered. So if anything goes wrong, you have the original. And then if you want to delete, as I was just doing right now, you just press delete. It'll have this little pink screen, and you just reload and it'll disappear so that you don't look messy. And that is it in a nutshell. I hope you found this useful, and if you need me to tell you any more tips, tricks, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out on Facebook. That's probably the easiest way to start the conversation going, and I will respond as soon as possible and let you know my secrets for whatever it is that you're trying to do. And as you can see, I have lots of designs here. Canva even congratulated me for making, I think, over 50 designs. So I do love this, and I hope you will too. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon for more biz fun and shenanigans. Bye.